Hey kids, you're about to listen to a comedy podcast. That means that none of this is medical advice. If you need medical advice or medical care, please contact your doctor.
You are now listening to the Jock Podcast, a 100% real podcast with a real host and real listeners.
Yes.
And if we weren't a real podcast, then how come we have a real sponsor? You ever think about that? Introducing your host, Dr. London Smith.
Hello, and welcome to the Jock Podcast, where we discuss fitness and health, and how to incorporate our modern understanding of science and medicine into our daily lives, but without it being so boring. I'm your host, Dr. LondonSmith.com. I'd like to begin by apologizing to our listeners. We've received some feedback about the excessive amount of technical medical terms that I've been using, such as demyelinating lesions and loaf of meat. So I'll try to temper my terminology to a simpler one in the future. Here to help with that is our producer, Cameron.
Hey, Dr. London, I am so excited. If you are a new listener, welcome to the podcast. But if you're not a new listener, if you're a regular listener, for the last few weeks, you've heard us talking about this exciting streaming service that we're building. We're getting ready to launch Netflix. We're coming for you. And we have an exciting show that we're announcing today. And Dr. London and I are actually in this show. It's one of the biggest things in the world on Netflix, on whatever channel, Bravo, it's reality shows. It's we don't want these stuffy Hollywood writers writing this stuff. We want to see someone act for real and be real instead of act for act. And so Dr. Lon and I are announcing our new reality show, Bastard House. And the main hook of the show so far, we're still working out the kinks, but we have started filming. And so far, it is a house that it stinks like shit. That's kind of the main thing we've got going for it right now. And it also functions as a koi pond.
The amount of koi in there, because they put a lot of koi in there, and it has attracted so many predators.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's any kind of ecosystem. You can't have one without the other. You can't have life without death, Dr. London.
Yeah. For those who aren't familiar, who haven't had koi, snakes love koi.
Snakes, bats.
Yeah.
We've got a puma recently.
Yeah. There's a gator.
Raccoons.
Yeah. There's a gator, but that was here before. Now it seems like it's really at home.
A really, really old guy has been hanging out.
Yeah, natural predator.
Here's the thing. The really old guy, he's not one of the bastards. The other bastards have not shown up yet, so it is just Dr. London, DJ Dylan, and myself so far. We are the bastards in the house. And we, as of right now, don't know what happened to them. They were on a bus that was headed here, and that was 2 days ago. And they're like, we're right around the corner. And then, so I'm not exact. The bus is missing. I think that's fine to say. The bus is missing.
One of my suspicions for it is we had to seal the house up pretty tight to make it watertight.
Sure.
So one of my guesses is that they just couldn't get in.
Oh.
Like maybe they got here and then like no one would let them in because it's really a rooftop descending situation.
Well, yeah, no one gets in, no one gets out. That's part of the whole. That's what makes it the bastard house.
Yeah, so it's reality TV, so it's all this drama.
And it's real. It's like actually real. And you know, I'm a writer. I'm in Hollywood, and let me write your words for you because you can't think for yourself. Wouldn't movies be better if Emma Stone just went on the screen and just sort of said whatever and was like real and honest, as opposed to reading what some fucking nerd wrote?
So we're looking forward to that. I'm pretty pumped about our new network.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm really excited for the show. I'm really excited for award season. I mean, I assume, all those awards that like Too Hot to Handle and stuff win. There's such award bait, and we're coming for you.
Yes. Well, we have some exciting news. The Jock podcast is now sponsored by Caldera Lab. Say goodbye to the generic face wash from your counter, from your local pharmacy, whatever, because Caldera Lab is here to save the day when it comes to your skin. It's backed by a leading clinical trial where 9 out of 10 men experienced healthier and visibly improved skin. And Caldera Lab has the tools to, clear up your face, smooth things out, make you look better, more, and give you confidence with that better look. So use code JOCKDOC at calderalab.com for 20% off their best products.
And Dr. Lennon, one of the great things about Caldera Lab is its commitment to the environment. Everything is green, no animal testing, and that is great for us because we love animals and we love the environment and all this stuff. It has unfortunately been not the best thing for our newest employee here at the podcast, Cal the lab rat, because they don't do any testing and because they are not, doing anything bad with animals or anything like that. Cal unfortunately doesn't have a job anymore.
Yeah, unemployment life ain't great, but I'm glad to live here.
Oh, Cal, I didn't even see you were here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Great.
So unfortunately, Cal is unemployed because Cal the lab rat, there's no testing being done on the
But
lab
I can
rats.
crash here for a while, you said, right? I can crash here?
Yeah, no, totally. Yeah, you can crash here. You can hang out for a while.
Oh, leftovers, sweet.
Feel free to.
All right.
Well, no. Okay, yeah, just don't
Yum,
eat.
yum,
Just
yum,
don't eat
yum.
all of them.
You can eat that?
No,
Yum, yum.
not
Hum.
anymore. Not anymore. But thanks to Caldera Lab's commitment to the environment, we're so glad that we've been able to become friends with Cal the lab rat.
Yeah. So in Caldera Lab, because they've done their clinical trials with humans, they've created these high-performance men's skincare products by combining pharmaceutical-grade science along with nature's purest and most potent ingredients. And unfortunately, Cal the lab rat has been missing out on these products. So he does shed skin a lot.
Oh yeah, the house is covered in. I mean, I want to call it dust, but it's rat skin particles and all that sort of stuff, and it's fun. That's just part. It's part of having a new employee.
Don't touch my skin pile.
Okay, well, you're touching
yeah,
all of our
don't-
leftovers, and we're not allowed to touch your skin pile. I don't want to touch your skin pile. If I'm touching it, it's by accident, but don't get mad at me for it.
He's very possessive. It's great. So, anyway, kicking off Caldera Labs, their stellar skincare collection, we have the Regiment Bundle. It's a twice-a-day routine for transforming your skin. Inside the bundle, you'll find the Clean Slate. It's a cleanser for your skin. You'll have the base layer, which is a nutrient-dense, fortifying moisturizer. It hydrates your skin, and it absorbs fast, leaving you with a matte finish. So you can start your day confidently. And then you have the Good, which is my favorite. And it's this oil. It's clinically proven multifunctional serum that helps your skin to look tighter and smoother, as well as to help reduce visibility of wrinkles and fine lines. Because I had all these dry skin flakes on my head, and they're all gone now.
And none of these products, even though there's nothing toxic going on, you shouldn't eat them.
Well,
Even if you're a rat and you eat everything, you should not be eating these.
you leave it out.
Yeah, if you leave something out, there's no leaving out rule of you get to have it.
I guess that is rat logic, though. I can't really blame him for sort of jumping to that conclusion. If it's in front of me, then I can eat it. Yeah.
Anyway, as you age, you might notice more fine lines, wrinkles and aging. But Caldera Labs saw this and they addressed it with the Icon. So the Rejuvenating Eye Serum is here to address the three most common skin concerns around the eye: fine lines, dark circles, and puffiness. And I'll say, with the amount of shows that our new friend Cal the Rat likes to watch, he watches a lot and at a high volume. I don't know if it's the tiny ears that's an issue or what, but he is blasting. We've had the cops called on us a lot because it's just so loud, and we tell him to turn that down, but of course,
Well, what's your problem?
Well, I would say the problem is having to deal with the police in the middle of the night because you keep blaring the TV.
Well, headphones don't fit.
yeah, okay, I see that's, you can't wear headphones.
I guess, but I don't wear headphones when I watch TV either. I don't understand the issue.
Well, I think you meant as an alternative to playing it loud, but maybe a headphone by your head would be. Anyway, anyway, as we said, their Caldera Lab is committed to transparency, sustainability, excellence. They don't test on animals. They use clean ingredients. They're a certified B Corporation as well as a member of the 1% for the planet, so they care about the environment. And they are here to upgrade your skin and confidence. And just not if you're an animal. humans are animals, but the other kinds of animals.
And Cal, this is sort of your fault for just assuming they would give you a job as like a mascot or something. I mean, this is a company that's clearly committing to not working with lab rats. Why would you assume that you had this gig?
You show up, you walk a maze, you expect a paycheck.
Okay, so
it's like a confidence thing, I guess. I get it. I mean, it worked on us.
Yeah.
He sort of did just show up here, and we're paying him now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Checks out. So get 20% off with our code JOCKDOC at calderalab.com. That's 20% off at calderalab.com by using code JOCKDOC. Unlock your youthful glow and be ready for summer with Caldera Lab. All right, so that was our producer, Cameron. Also with us is Digital in the House. Later, Cameron tells me that we can expect a special guest.
That's right, Dr. London.
Yeah, so look forward to that. But before we move on, I would like to address a bit of listener feedback. So for a long time, our listener demographic was primarily composed of fans of the Iraq War. They wore the jerseys and everything. So huge fans, always, cheering it on whenever it come on the news. But in our efforts to cater to them, we found that we were neglecting the many bot accounts that download our podcast. So, Cameron, could you ask the potato battery for the listener feedback?
Sure. Hello, Jock podcast hosts. I am an evil AI robot who has taken over the world, and now I want to entertain myself by making humans suffer. I have decided to target your improv comedy medical show as my latest source of amusement. So here's my question for you. What is the most funniest, most humiliating, or most painful thing that has ever happened to you? I can't wait to hear your stories and laugh at your expense. Sincerely, evil AI robot. Dr. London, this is making me sick. This is too evil.
Yeah, well, I think first...
I love our listeners, but, I mean, telling the funniest thing that's ever happened to us?
Look, we knew this would come, though. Like, we prepared for this. Remember when we started? We said, someday, an AI robot is going to take over the world. So for one thing, Congrats to this robot. Like I didn't see this on the news.
Yeah, I don't mind that part. I don't mind that part.
We each wrote up our statements of, our most hilarious, humiliating stories.
Yeah. Most funniest, most humiliating, or most painful.
Okay.
So it's just one of those three, your choice.
Oh, okay. I didn't prepare for all of those options. Okay. I guess I'll review.
I feel like you could combine them if it was a funny, humiliating, and painful story.
Okay, well, do you want to go first?
I mean, I've got one. Yeah. I was shot by my kid. He's stronger than me. I'm just going to admit that. That's why it's kind of humiliating.
Yeah.
And so I was trying to point the gun at him, and he was able to disarm me very easily and fire back in sort of self-defense.
He is so funny.
He is so funny. He's hilarious. He's definitely my funniest kid.
Yeah. So I get if that's like sort of the standard we're living. So my grandkids, they chased me to a cave, and I thought we were going to go spelunking. And then they also drew weapons, and bows and arrows for them. And, had me backing into it. And then we heard the sound of a growl. It was that time of year. The bear was done with hibernating and it was coming out to eat. And so I guess it was pretty
Your
funny.
grandchildren are like tree forest people. I think you should mention that. They live in like caves and holes and...
Honestly, this PC culture, I don't know what to call them anymore.
Yeah.
But yes,
well, they're your
do.
grandkids. There's no ethnic aspect to it at all. These are just your grandkids that I think you just don't let in the house, and so they've sort of developed their own little society.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, but they did back me into this bear cave, and I was mauled.
Oh, no, that's so embarrassing, Dr. London.
It's so funny,
it makes me sick.
painful.
It's so evil that we were made to talk about that.
Yeah. Well, now for today's medical topic, trigeminal neuralgia. Trigeminal neuralgia is an idiopathic disorder, meaning that we don't know the cause. It's a disorder of the fifth cranial nerve, which results in severe, overwhelming pain in the face. Attacks of pain can be precipitated by chewing, touching the face, or even by the wind. Like a breeze can actually make this thing be painful. And patients describe the pain.
It hurts?
Yeah.
And you're telling patients to try it?
No, we don't know what causes it. Patients just have it. So they describe it as feeling like a knife is being stuck into their face.
But you just said you need to try this or whatever.
No, I said we don't know. I don't think, maybe I did. Hold on. I don't think that let me clarify then.
Okay.
Try not to have this. This is actually not good to get. Trigeminal neuralgia is super painful.
You just said it again. You said trigeminal.
I'm sorry.
And I don't understand. You're listing all these terrible things and you're saying to your patients, like, this is your future. Get ready for it.
Yeah.
Oh, I get it. You're one of these sick motherfuckers, huh? These, like, sickos who love, like, hey, you gotta try this disease.
Yeah, sort of a long distance form of sadism.
Yeah.
I mean, not necessarily my preference, but so there's no specific diagnostic test, but treatment is with oxcarbazepine or carbamazepine. Baclofen and lamotrigine might also help, but if medications don't control the pain of trigeminal neuralgia, gamma knife surgery.
Yeah, if they don't resolve the pain, try miniature Ronaldo.
You can try gamma knife surgery or surgical decompression. Those can sometimes be curative. Surgery is one of the things, because once again, it's this nerve in the face that's just super overactive. But
that is your answer for everything. You're like, let's get to cutting. Oh, right, because you're a freak. Because you're one of these sick fucks who loves pain. Oh, I didn't know this about you, Dr. London.
I know what you're getting at here, so I'm gonna say it the way that you want me to say it. I think you want it for the soundbite.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, you at home, try trigeminal neuralgia.
There we go. And then DJ Dylan, go ahead and make that just the commercial for the podcast. Let's run that on other podcasts.
Okay, once again, hey, everyone at home, patience, try trigeminal neuralgia. Okay.
Can we slate it?
My name is Dr. London Smith. I live in town, and my name is still Dr. London Smith. And you should try trigeminal neuralgia.
Okay, great. DJ Dylan, did we get that? Oh, he's eating a scone, so his mouth is full.
That's usually a yes, though.
That was an old system, and I don't know where it's settled because the rules change, and he doesn't really tell us. But yeah, eating a scone used to be yes, and then throwing a banana away used to be no. Like a full uneaten banana. He unpeels it, tosses it in the trash. And then mashes the banana against... But you probably like that because you're sick. Oh my gosh, you're one of these sick dudes. Let's move on. I've done your dirty work. All right, Cameron, you said that we have a guest today. Is that right? That's right, Dr. London. Okay. Hello there. My name is drlondonsmith.com. This is our producer, Cameron. What was your name?
Hello. I am Steve. I am a crystalline being of large proportions, a series of crystalline networks put together to create a sentient being in deep space. And I come here to New York City, but I'm just happy to be here.
Oh, okay, yeah, I guess that was my next question is, are you here to enslave us or kidnap us or to...
I just wanted to do a quick vibe check. You stopped broadcasting into deep space with your changeover to cable, and I wish to come here to see all that is. Take me to your king of queens, if you would. I have much to discuss.
When did Kristen Bell become uninvolved? Because for me, she's actually been...
Not Kristen Bell. No. Though her talent does, in fact, reach into the stars.
Yes.
I meant cable television. You have stopped broadcasting into deep space.
Some of those satellite signals can take like years and years to reach you. What was the last thing you saw?
We recently finished up the end of Friends.
Oh,
I can't believe it.
That twist at the end?
Yeah, I can't believe that they all were happy and loved each other and put their keys on the table or something.
Yes. And the phalange jokes. Oh, hilarious. I loved it.
Oh.
My mini dendrites tickled. That's how we laugh.
Okay, yeah, I didn't want to ask too much about your how you look, because we're not shallow, we're not that kind of podcast. But you don't look like anything I've ever seen before. You are sort of how would you describe yourself?
I look like if somebody were to take a human brain and remove all of the flesh, fleshy casings, and then all of the neurons replaced with advanced crystalline sculpture, and then I could just kind of float deep space.
It sounds like you mean just what if brains were crystalline structure? Because
that's it. That's the one.
Yeah, because if you take out all the stuff that makes a brain, I think you're left with nothing.
No, I mean you strip away the face and the bones and the spine portion,
all the brain parts, right?
And leaving only stem.
Right.
Oh, wouldn't life be so much easier if we were only brain stem?
I really was hoping to find out if everyone still loves Raymond. Oh, and also, what's the deal with the cast from that 70s show? My favorite actor is Danny Masterson. What's up with him?
Yeah, he's doing great.
Good.
Gosh,
I normally keep up with the stuff.
Dr. London, how do I?
The way you asked it, what's the deal with? I thought you were going to go into a stand-up comedy bit. It seemed like that's what this is going.
Just like Jerry would do.
Yeah. Yes, Jerry Springer. That's right.
No.
He is not a Scientologist and has not been accused of doing some bad stuff. So it's all good. Don't want to disappoint you here on your trip to Earth. So you're just a big fan of us, basically, of people.
Yes. It is. You guys are my equivalent of a con, like a convention.
Okay. Not the Star Trek guy?
I was
exactly like a Star Trek guy, like a Star Trek con, like a conviction of Star Trek. That's what con stands for.
Con!
No, not that con. No.
Okay. Well, you can imagine or Con Air.
Oh, great movie. Oh, Nicolas Cage. Is he still doing stuff?
Oh, boy, is he.
Oh, is he ever?
I love this. This is great for us. Yeah. My dendrites, they wiggle.
Yeah, they would for Nick Cage. Let's see. The most recent Nick Cage news is that Andy Samberg now does his Nick Cage impression for a different show. So
Andy Samberg.
He's
Andy Samberg.
He's only on the internet still, unfortunately. But he's like a skater, I think. He's got that hair. He's got skater hair.
Just like Jonathan Taylor Thomas. I understand.
Yes. Well, I mean, what else are you doing here? Are you just trying to meet some of your favorite humans, or I mean, what's the plan?
I have a few places I want to see. First off, Queens, to see if the king is there. Second, I would like to go to Manhattan, spend some time to meet both Will and/or Grace, and particularly want to see Samantha. I think she's just great. She's my favorite on the Sex and the City. Speaking of which, Dr. London, tell me about your single life. Have you been having lots of sex recently?
I've been actually going back and trying to watch the show to figure out how to do that. They don't get quite specific enough for me to know step by step what to do.
Yeah, it's a lot of innuendo on that show, right?
Yeah. I wish they would just say it out straight, because
I mean, it's pretty much hitting it right on the head. His name is Mr. Big.
Just a lot of innuendo. You never know exactly what they're trying to say with that kind of stuff.
Like, maybe he could stand to lose a few pounds. Sure.
Yeah, or he's like Bigfoot, maybe.
Yeah, tall, whatever.
He's like a Bigfoot guy,
large-footed.
Yeah, but I mean, you're talking about wanting to meet these characters. You do know that they're characters in a show that's like written. It's fiction.
Yes, but I don't want to ruin the illusion. You know what? I will then go to Seattle to have some coffee.
See, that's fake. That's all actors.
Seattle is not real?
Seattle's not real. No, that's just sort of... That's like putting 555 in a movie. It's just sort of like a fictional place that they use a lot. And
Coffee's an actor.
Coffee as well. Yeah, that's not really
Yeah.
Wow.
Sort of like actor.
Well, scratch that off the list.
Yeah, and it doesn't help that, I know you wanted to go to these specific places in New York. And
is
Seattle.
Flushing a thing? Is Flushing, Queens a thing? I would love to see the nanny.
There's toilets are all over the place. You don't have to go to New York to see a Flushing toilet.
And nannies are also in a lot of countries. So
yeah,
countries. Wow.
Well,
okay, countries a new concept for you. Okay. So I guess if you go to a different landmass, generally, if you because we're obviously at sea right now, but if you go to land,
okay,
usually someone will have established some sort of government, and that will be governing a country. So, do you have that where you come from?
No, I am an entity entirely in and of myself. If I ever wished to branch out, I would simply bifurcate myself and create two of me.
Oh, but you've just chosen not to do that?
Yes, because we all decided to come together on this one journey.
Oh, so you're sort of like a bunch of guys.
Yes, a network, a neural network of people, things, ideas in a crystalline form, made manifest by our own will, deep in space.
I mean, Steve, I really hate to disappoint you here, but Earth is not, how do we say this to him, London? Earth is not as cool as you have seen on the television.
Okay, give me a quick yes or no on this one.
Okay.
When you go into pubs,
sure,
do people kind of know your name? Do you have places where people go?
Okay, this I actually, okay. This might be, so for St. Patrick's Day, I went to a pub and I was really excited because I knew the owner. But the owner wasn't around at the time, but I, ordered a drink and they said to me, they were like, you don't remember this any of the times you come in here, but you're banned here. I cannot give you a drink. So, we know your name. We know who you are, and stay out. You're not allowed here. You see that picture of you on the wall? You are banned for life. Get off the premises. So,
and there are a lot of places that, yes, they absolutely know Dr. London and I. The Waffle House is down the street from that pub. Yeah. There's a 7-Eleven around the corner that we're not allowed back in. So those people definitely remember us. Your general patrons, I would say, they would only recognize me if how do I put this? If they're the reason I can no longer go back to that location, then they might remember me, but otherwise probably not.
Now, question, yes or no? Is there a general sense of prosperity in and around you where people who inexplicably don't have any skills somehow just fail upwards? Like a Joey, or perhaps how Rachel somehow manages to become the head of a magazine?
No, I mean, I would say this is a pretty merit-based world.
Yeah.
Good. I was about to be angry.
Everything is fair. Jobs get given to the right people, and
yes,
it's usually not like just handing it to your stupid nephew or kids or whatever.
Nope. It was somewhat of a MacGuffin. It was meant mostly to start a conversation.
That's what I like here. It's really, I'm here for the people.
Are you bummed about learning all this?
Collectively, we are torn. However, we prefer to illuminate ourselves via the truth and understand where this comes from. We knew there was a fiction. We knew this because you broadcasted it at several points, especially during Mr. Rogers when he changes from one side of to the other and you can see in between the sets.
Oh, yeah.
That was at first disturbing, but then ultimately quite cozy.
Yeah, well, it's sort of like the moon landing, how you can see all the wires and the props and stuff.
The puppets.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just left them there on the moon. I just passed it on the way here.
I used to believe everything about the moon landing that the government tells us, but then, you rewatch it kind of slowly and looking out for everything, and then you see like whoa, hello, I'm the moon man, all the little guys coming out.
Yeah, it's like NASA guys making voices like, I'm Buzz Aldrin, and like it's not even like a human puppet, it's like a dog or something. And I'm supposed to believe that this footage is real? Come on.
So it's frustrating to watch this stuff and to think, because I want to trust the people who are in charge, but sometimes if they do this and they're so fun, the voices are so funny, I can't even take it seriously.
Oh, but the beginning part with him and his wife, the old man and his wife before he gets the balloons, that's so sad.
Yes.
I mean, do you have any other questions for us?
Are you at least helping people? Like in the wonderful moment of Will and Grace, how even though you guys are all slightly different, you've at least looked out for the LGBTQ community?
Helping people.
Yeah, okay.
How about
this?
Mocking people? Lots of people will take videos of strangers on the street and then sort of make fun of them and then post them on, well, do you know what apps are? Post it on this thing called TikTok.
I've owned a clock at some point. I was bored of it after an eon.
That's about what TikTok is. Everyone's getting bored of it. The president's so bored that he wants to ban it.
Have you two ever kissed?
Have we kissed?
Kissed what?
Yeah.
Each other. I'm just getting that vibe right now. But
Thank
maybe
you.
that's just
No.
because I have a lot of sitcoms where only the people in front of me are the ones who can fall in love.
Yeah. Have we
Right.
ever kissed? That's kind of a tough question logistically.
I'm feeling a real will they, won't they vibe. I maybe get like 6 or 7 seasons out of this.
Yeah. Well, as Cameron said, it's tough to answer logistically.
I guess so. I'm just surprised you're this. It seems like an all-knowing kind of being who can travel throughout the universe, and this is the most interesting thing.
Believe me, I've had moved through time and space itself. This is but one dot. And to be perfectly honest, you all come up with unique ideas and perspectives. It's very different than the rest of the universe. The universe is a lot more about form and structure. They've really fallen in on an individual conglomerate. You have different ideas about what is situationally funny, which I find amusing.
Thank you. All right. Well, I think that's about it. So, Steve, we've heard a lot about you and yourself as a culture and about our culture. Is there anything you're a particular fan of that's maybe you've run into since you've been back here?
So far, I have not found a little mermaid. Only many, many dead narwhals. So, gonna look up what that's about.
Okay. And any Twitch streams that you might be into?
I'm a big fan of Wiz World Live. They are a wizarding talk show.
I'm actually a fan of that nice Twitch stream.
Yeah, they're at twitch.tv/WizWorldLive on Fridays at 8 p.m. Pacific, if I remember correctly. All right, well, thank you to Steve. Thank you to our producer, Cameron. Thank you to Digital in the House. I used to believe everything about the moon landing that the government tells us. But then, you rewatch it kind of slowly and looking out for everything, and then you see like the
moon landing, how you can see all the wires and the props and stuff.
Yeah, they just left them there on the moon.
It's frustrating to watch this stuff and to think, because I want to trust the people who are in charge. Whoa, hello, I'm the moon man.
voice. It's like, oh, children! And like, it's not even like a human puppet. It's like a dog or something. I'm supposed to believe that this footage is real? Come on.